Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. This segment of each show we reserve for an author. And by the way, go to our webpage. Hopefully you're there now watching, or maybe you're watching on YouTube or somewhere else. But if you go to our webpage, CentralValleyTalk.com, that's our main broadcast site. We have books for sale there now from the authors that come on our show. Well, here's the webpage now. As you can see, there's the books, and there's a book by Terri J., featured book of the month. We encourage everybody to buy that book. Just click and buy it. And coincidentally, we have Terri J. on our show right now, all the way from, is it Minden, Nevada? Minden, Nevada. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, your book, they could click right there and buy the book, and we're going to tell them why they should buy it in just a few minutes. Cowgirl, Shaman is the name of the book. Terri J. is the author, and you became I don't want to call it a horse whisperer, but you learn to communicate with horses and people, and even people who don't speak. Is that right?
And people that have passed. Yeah, it's all the same thing. It's just physics.
Just bigger, yeah.
You know, if we think of everything being physics, it's energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay. So once you open your mind to part of it, you can do all of it. That's the coolest thing.
Yeah, and you said well, there's a great story. Can you tell it one more time? You communicated with a kid who was riding a horse or about to ride a horse?
Yeah, I used to do a horseback therapy program with disabled kids, and I picked a nonverbal child up out of his wheelchair and put him in the back of the horse, and he said, ouch, I have a cramp in my hip. And that's very common if you have a CP child. And I looked at him and I said, you have a cramp? Well, here, sit this way. That'll take the cramp out. And he said, hey, you can hear me. And I said, well, of course I can hear you. It didn't dawn on me at the time that he was completely nonverbal.
Nonverbal, yeah. And
yeah, so then I took him off the horse, put him back in his wheelchair. He went back to class, and the gal who was helping me was kind of sarcastic and said, boy, he's sure talking great. I said, well, he's very bright. Just because he has CP doesn't necessarily mean that he has any intellectual disabilities. And she looked at me and she said, Terri, he didn't say a word. He can, remember? And I mean, I always joke that if I was a horse, I would have done a buck fart snort. Because when they're spooked, they do all three of those things at one time.
Yeah. Oh, boy, do I know. And so your vibrations can continue after you pass.
Yeah, your energy, your soul or spirit is an energy itself. You can't destroy energy. Think of the rules of physics, or laws of physics, I should say. And so even though someone's passed, they just become non-physical. They're not gone. They don't go somewhere. So they're just non-physical. They just lose their physical, I call it a meat suit that they used to inhabit. But they're still here. They're still here with us.
Yeah. Now, you say people can learn to sense this energy about you. Too bad there's not a book or something out there to teach us how to do this.
Well, that's my book.
There is a book, and it's called Cowgirl Shaman by Terri J.
And it's 7 easy steps. It's 7 easy steps to develop your intuitive ability, because we're all born with 10 senses. We have 5 physical senses, and then we have 5 energetic or spiritual senses.
What are the energetic or spiritual 5?
Intuition, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, and claircognizance. And clair just means clear.
Okay.
And
we all have those 5 senses?
Absolutely. Everybody has them. There isn't one of us that hasn't thought of somebody that we haven't heard from in a long time, and the phone rings and it's done.
Right. Yeah.
We're all doing that anyway. We're doing it anyway. We might as well use it.
Right. And we could develop these senses or experience in the senses, and your book talks about how to do that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's really very simple. It has to be simple for me because I'm a cowgirl. And so it's a matter of setting your intention, learning how to ground. That's probably one of the most challenging parts. Getting out of your own way, having no ego or stake in the outcome, and then just allowing the information to flow to you.
Fascinating.
It's really easy.
Yeah. Now, you do, what would you call them, readings for people? Or,
yes.
Yeah, you do that over the phone or in person? Or
yes.
Both? Huh?
Yes and yes.
So we don't have to go...
It's been really wonderful, through the pandemic for me, because I work by phone anyway. And so it's been very nice to just continue what I've been doing and being able to help people and guide them, because I don't have to be in their presence in order to get the information. People will insist on me coming out to like do a reading on their horse or something, and I get out there and do it from like 800 yards, or I turn my back to the horse and go, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Well, it's much more clear if I don't look at the horse."
Yeah. So maybe phone's better for you.
It's always better for me, yeah.
Well,
it's a challenge to do it in person too, because you know, especially if you're a lifelong horse person, you look at horses and make instant judgments.
Right.
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Yeah, I know I have. You know that horse is mad right now. Is he mad at me? You don't know who he's mad at, but he's mad at someone. So
right.
Now, who should be calling you? I mean, I don't know how to ask the question. Who should call the Cowgirl Shaman?
Anybody who needs help in any aspect of their life. I do relationships, finances, health, pets, you know, all pets. And then I love to do horses. And I also do a lot of grief counseling with people that are missing a loved one.
Mm.
And by connecting to that loved one and getting details, you know, I think my TV show should be called "I Can't Make This Stuff Up," because it's so specific. It really is.
Right. And so somebody's watching today who might say, well, I'm going to call her. Somebody who's lost their loved one, somebody having a problem pet?
And all of the above, yeah.
Okay.
I do lost pets too, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And
wow.
Because I do remote viewing and map dowsing.
Okay.
So if I get the address where the animal was seen last, then I can actually sort of track it energetically on a map and give them direction on where to find the pet.
Okay. Now, we've never talked about money. I don't know if we're supposed to, but is it really expensive? I mean, I know people who would love to call you about their lost pet.
Well, my rates are pretty reasonable, and I keep them that way so that everybody can afford it. It's only $50 for a half hour and $90 for an hour.
Yeah, anybody who lost a pet would be more than happy to do that. That would be great. Good.
Yeah, and we only need a half hour for pets.
Yeah.
You know, for lost pets. And I really want to keep it that way so that it is affordable for people. I've had people say, "Oh my God, I paid somebody $500 and you got more details."
Right. Right.
So that's really nice.
We have a problem pet here. He's banging on the door of our studio. It's a giant tortoise about this big. And
they're wonderful.
Yeah, he wants to come in right now. He loves to come in. So.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
And then we have another pet here, Michael, who works here. Just got a dog from the pound and has 3 legs, and it seems really happy to be here. So.
Yeah, those dogs really tend to do really well, especially if they're younger. And I always recommend that they do either AccuScope or acupuncture to help with the total healing process of whatever caused the injury. Yeah, it really helps.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you're watching and you want to talk to Terri J, it's easy to find her. Just go to terrij.com. That's the best website in the world. Easiest website, I should say, terrij.com. I see so many people come up with a convoluted, long web address, and I've already memorized it, terrij.com. If I lose my pet, I'm going to call terrij.com or go to terrij.com. What else do they find on your website?
There's a really fun press kit in the upper right corner if you're on a computer. And if you go to the last page of the press kit, there's our interactions that we've had. They can watch those, and then my sizzle reel's on there, and my pilot is on there, and then the little blip from when I was in Fallon Taylor's Unfiltered series. That was really fun.
In fact, we have a clip right here that we could watch and talk about kind of what you do. You can't see what we're seeing, right, Terri?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you when it starts, and you can tell us what's going on there.
Well, what happened is it's really cute because, and I have permission to use this, but Fallon Taylor was referred to me by another professional barrel racer, and I love doing barrel horses. I do a lot of them, and it was really cute because she wanted to have a reading and tape it, and then just show the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I came up with all of these unknown private things. She couldn't show them. She couldn't show them.
She couldn't show them.
No, because it's all private stuff. But she was kind enough to include me in the Unfiltered series, and I helped her with her $1 million horse.
Yeah. Now, is this somebody I should know, Fallon Taylor?
She's a world champion barrel racer.
Barrel racer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I did go to a lot of rodeos in my time, and we have barrel racing, a lot of barrel racing right here in our area, that's for sure.
Right.
And you were able to, was she having a problem with the horse, or what was the issue?
Yes. It was technically a career-ending injury.
For the horse.
For the horse, yeah. And so I gave her some suggestions and some ideas, which they did that, and she is now back riding the horse.
The same horse.
Same horse.
But it was an issue that, I mean, horses can't tell you what's wrong with them, or they can tell you, I guess. But
they do tell me.
Yeah. And what kind of thing? What did this horse have?
It was bowed tendon.
Bowed tendon. Okay. And,
yeah, it's out now, so I can talk about it.
Okay. So you said my leg hurts, basically, or
no, you can see it. They're lame. She was three-legged lame.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great that you're able to talk to them. So people.
Well, I mean, they knew what the injury was, but I was given information from guidance about what else they needed to do in order to facilitate incredible healing, and they basically needed a miracle, and they got it.
Okay. And Fallon is still racing?
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's got a gazillion horses.
Yeah, I bet she does. I bet she does. So, so people with animals. I mean, some people are intuitive with their own pet and they know what it needs and things like that.
Sure.
But some people are not, and they can call you and get a little. Do you call it a reading, or what do you call it?
Yeah, I do. But I'm reading energies. I'm not reading any woo-woo stuff like tea leaves or palms or any energies. You can read. You can feel them.
Right.
And it's really important too, because most of the time when I try to do an animal reading, I end up reading the person too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've either got disempowerment issues or health issues or abuse issues, you know. So there's lots of things that I actually help them with that can help them to become a winner.
Yeah. Anything you could tell us why that dog's barking in the background?
Well, because somebody has the nerve of actually coming to the door.
Oh, like a mailman or package delivery person?
Oh, no, it's pretty exciting. It's UPS.
UPS, okay. That's a happy, is it a happy sound then?
Pardon?
Is it a happy sound?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they're guarding the house. I'm so blessed that they're guarding the house. Hey! Wait.
This is actually fun to have a live animal.
This doesn't happen very often because they're both 14 years old and deaf.
Oh, boy.
So this doesn't really happen very often, otherwise I would have put him up. It's pretty funny.
Okay, so TerriJ.com. Let's talk about the book. You can get it on our website now, but where else can they find the book?
I have it on my website too, and you can also get it on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. That's easy enough. I get a lot of books on Amazon. And there's a Kindle edition too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you can get the Kindle edition too.
And we're seeing your beautiful website right now with the horses and everything. And people could go there. They could read about you. They could order the book. They could find out how to contact you if they need to contact you. Anything else our viewers need to know today?
No, I'm just so honored when I get to help somebody and change their life and, you know, help them to heal their life. I mean, I really, really enjoy that. It's such an honor.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we usually don't talk price on the show, but I'm glad I asked you because, you know, I thought it was going to be like $1,000 to find my lost dog or something. But it's very affordable, and you're very approachable, and the whole thing is easy. You'd prefer to do it on the phone. We learned that today, too. So it's not like we have to jump in the car and drive to Nevada or something.
Exactly. And to me, I'm more clear by phone because I'm not distracted with the physical.
Right. Right, nice.
And people are really amazed because I can actually describe a horse or describe a dog and tell what I'm getting from that dog, even if it's passed.
Yeah.
And people try to send me pictures, and I go, don't send me anything. I don't want it.
You don't want
I don't want anything.
That's fascinating. That's most fascinating thing since we've been talking for a couple months. That I now realize that the pictures or the physical can get in the way of you reading the energy.
Yeah, because we make assumptions when we see physical things. You know, we do.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that I help people with a lot is when they're trying to make that decision about euthanasia. That's a tough one. You know, who are you going to talk to about it other than your vet?
Right.
And people think it's too soon. They waited too long. They get so much guilt about it.
Wow. Yeah. That would be nice to be able to talk to somebody who can actually maybe.
Well, I get it from the animal's viewpoint.
Yeah. Right. Right. Sometimes it's time to go. Do the animal let you know, yes, it's time to go?
Well, they don't really let us know. They have a will to live, and then they give up.
Yeah.
So it isn't like they do let us know.
Right. That's right.
So, and what happens when they pass is their energy pops out of their body. They do the wet dog shake, and the party's on.
Yeah.
They're just like they were when they were puppies.
Wow.
And then they find a new physical form and come right back.
They come right back. Wow. I like that.
I've had people get really upset when I said that. And they said, I don't believe that. I don't believe in reincarnation. And a couple weeks later, they call me and they go, we found him in his new body, and you were right. And,
that's great, yeah. Well, our guest...
It heals your heart.
Yeah. Well, our guest is Cowgirl Shaman. She comes every month or so and enlightens us about new things like this. And I want you guys to call her. Call about anything, finance, relationships, pets. There's so many things, so many ways you could help. And also maybe people who are grieving could stand and talk to Terri a little bit. I
love to do mediumship. There's so much misinformation out there that when somebody dies, it's really important to know this. All their negativity, the stuff that, oh, here we go again, FedEx. All the negativity that can't go to the other side is shut off and left behind.
Wow.
Well, if you're a medium, you can tune into that negative energy garbage, and if you don't have that hard dividing line in physics and discernment, then you can believe that negative energy garbage is your loved one who's passed, and it's not.
Right.
Nobody has any regrets. Nobody has unfinished business. They're all happy campers.
There's no negativity on the other side. It's just...
No, they can't take anything negative with them. So people and animals, they don't know how they passed. They don't have any memory of pain or suffering or anything.
Fascinating. All right, we are out of time. I want to keep going and going, Terri. We are out of time. So go to terrij.com or click and order the book right on our website. But go to her website and order it there. Communicate with Terri. Call Terri. This is fascinating. We will maybe talk to you in a couple weeks. Thank you, Terri J.
Okay.
Cowgirl
Thank
Shaman.
you.
We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.